Hey YouTube, Freedom for Cats here. Hey, what's going on everyone? Hope you're doing well out there. Hey everyone, I made a video 2 days ago talking about 10 children that tested positive for radiation poisoning in Fukushima. And today, it just seems amazing how RT came out with a video today that they posted on YouTube. And they interviewed this gentleman, and basically he said that nuclear energy is safe no matter what the cost. And the name of the video is Nuclear Safe, 3 Mile Island, Fukushima, and Chernobyl, just bumps along the way. Well, I'm pretty amazed by what he has to say in the interview, and actually I'm going to leave the link underneath. And I'm going to give my 2 cents about this because I am just furious about what he's got to say. He talks about the last 50 years of nuclear energy being great, and it's a great product, it's a great way to make electricity. It's great for the environment. It's, great. And he says, yes, we've had some bumps along the way. He said 3 Mile Island was a bump. He said Chernobyl was a bump. And Fukushima is now just another bump. Okay? Well, if you look at this and you understand anything about nuclear energy is by far the greatest killer of anything. Granted, up until now, there hasn't been any major accidents like people, getting killed or burned or this or that at the factory itself, with the exception of when there's an accident. Because when there's an accident, then it's tremendous problems, tremendous. Now, 3 Mile Island and Chernobyl were very bad accidents. Chernobyl was just ungodly, and Fukushima is about 10 times worse than Chernobyl. Now, again, getting back to the children, why I'm so angry is that, this is all about the children. It is. It's all about the children. It's not about the adults if they get the radiation poisoning and this and that. Because, granted, we've already lived a lot of years, and granted, our life will be cut short. But when you talk about a child who's 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, gets radiation poisoning, they don't understand any of that. And now they're going to get cancer, and now they're going to die a very painful death. Okay? This guy who comes on here, his name is John Ritch, R-I-T-C-H, and the link will be underneath, like I said, and check this out. This is just amazing what he says. But what's even more amazing is that by RT putting him on and interviewing him and having him say all this stuff about the energy crisis in Fukushima and 3 Mile Island and Chernobyl, it tells me that the media is absolutely downplaying everything about what's going on. Whether it be Fukushima, whether it be Nebraska, whether it be New Mexico with the wildfires getting close to the nuclear lab there. This is just an amazing interview by the mainstream media, just totally saying that everything's fine, don't worry about anything. And like I said, there's a lot of people on YouTube that are doing a tremendous job on bringing forward the truth. I think we're all doing great. We need to continue doing what we're doing. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a little clip of the interview that John gave, and then I'm also going to add a compilation of photos from Chernobyl about some of the deformities of children. Now, my reasoning for this is because I want to show you that these children just aren't bumps in the road to their parents. Okay? Chernobyl was a very, very devastating accident. So here's that clip, and here are the photos after. Please pick up the video when the compilation is done.
John Ritch, it's great to have you with us today.
Thank you.
So how much has the nuclear production technology improved since its first reactor?
Well, the history of the nuclear age goes back more than a half century, and enormous changes have taken place in that period of time. I think the remarkable thing about the history of nuclear energy is how safe it has been almost from the very beginning. When we go back and see the first reactors experimentally being built in the 1950s, we're looking at a very, very new technology. And now we've had some bumps along the way, that is for sure. We had 3 Mile Island in America, we had Chernobyl in Ukraine, we've just had Fukushima. But I think the remarkable thing about this technology, which is producing so much of the world's electricity, is how essentially safe it has been. It does not emit any emissions into the global atmosphere, and it has only on very, very rare occasions harmed anyone. And meanwhile, we've had thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of fatalities from the extraction of fossil fuels from the surface of the Earth and from the health consequences of carbon emissions. So if you look at the history of nuclear technology, you not only see a very safe technology, but you also see a relatively superior technology because it is essentially emissions-free.
All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed those slides, and I know it was very, very difficult to watch those. It was very hard for me to research that because there's so much pain involved with that Chernobyl situation and the deformities of all the children. It's just, I can't imagine. I couldn't even imagine for a second how difficult it must be, or even must have been, because it's still going on. Chernobyl is still to this day leaking radiation, and it's just unbelievable. And that whole 30-mile area where Chernobyl was, it's not even livable to this day. You can't even live near it. That's how bad it is. And you know, you look at Fukushima, and all that radiation is going right into the Pacific Ocean, and people are just like, "Oh, it's okay, don't worry." No, it's not okay, and this is all about the children. The bottom line is that it's all about saving the children, and because we don't save the children, then we can't save this planet. So I can't stress it enough. I just want to reach through my camera and strangle some of these people because it just makes me so angry when the children are the ones who are going to be affected by this. Okay. It's our responsibility as adults to make sure that children can continue on living in a good, decent earth, and that's our responsibility as parents, is to make sure that that happens. So when it does affect the children like that, it's a very, very big deal. So again, I want to just thank all the YouTubers who are bringing out the truth, and we just need to keep on doing that. We need to keep on bringing out the truth and, you know, get all this information out as we possibly can. But anyway, you guys have a great 4th of July, and let's keep on top of this stuff because it is major news, and it is all about the children.